Yes.
I have recently read your book, Healing. Thank you for sharing that.
Seedling.
Seedling, yeah.
Spiritual and esoteric dowsing and healing.
Spiritual esoteric energy, dowsing and healing.
Energy dowsing and healing.
It's such a big book to read. Um, this is the first time I have come across a book that deals with such a thing. Um, so the first query that came to my mind as soon as I turned the pages was that how did you, how did you get the spark for knowing more about this esoteric kind?
See, um,
Because generally people say that whatever esoteric is generally termed as a pseudoscience for a scientist, right?
my passion for learning different topics took me to learn Reiki, pranic healing. These were all advertised on newspapers almost, we keep seeing paper advertisement. They'll say Reiki can be learned in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
I used to spend maybe one Saturday or Sunday, go and spend time with somebody to learn what Reiki is, what isn't. After that, there was some group of people who were uh, working with energy healing and all that.
Okay.
So one Meenakshi, she was a music teacher for my children. She was also in that
Okay.
group.
Uh-huh.
So she invited me for a group of people getting trained by somebody who is from America, and that group is called earthsystems.com or something like that. So they are going to teach what dowsing is.
Mm.
It's almost early 1990s, yeah. And it was costing almost 3,000 rupees. That time my salary would have been maybe 9,000 rupees. So you are paying 1/3 of your salary to learn something new.
Mm. Yeah.
You understood?
Yeah.
So I have spent time learning it. There were some 20-30 people. So
Mm.
where we learned holding the L rods, you can
Mm.
measure the energy level of your computer up to how much the electromagnetic energy is different from outside.
Okay.
But I'm sure most of the people who learned along with me have never touched that L roads or did anything with that and then left it. But
Okay.
my passion, my PhD happens to be in electromagnetic energy.
Mm.
You don't require great PhD to understand electromagnetic energy. You switch off your computer, maybe switch off your television, keep your hand close to the screen, you will see static electricity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A uh, dress which is new, maybe polyester, you
Polyester.
dry it in the sun and then take it back, definitely it will start attracting your hair and then the hair will start raising.
Mm.
That's because electrostatic energy, electromagnetic energy is there everywhere.
Okay.
I am able
Uh,
to receive a telephone call because the energy is around.
okay.
When that electromagnetic energy frequency, I am able to tune my receiver, it
Mm.
absorbs it. But whether we can identify it with a road like this,
Mm.
God only knows. But
Yeah,
then,
it is said.
yeah, but then,
Yeah, it is said.
uh,
Please continue.
no, no, you ask.
No, yeah, when I searched about this dowsing, it said that more than 8,000 years, people have been using this. But even Einstein couldn't find the real reason behind, how does it work?
Yeah, Einstein had mentioned, I was just to mention that. That is why,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
There was a great, those days, internet is like a luxury. If I want to learn, I don't even have. All these are close to science, where you don't understand it in the normal sense. Like Einstein could not explain it because he knows there is an electrostatic energy. And there is a mention by Einstein himself. Probably animals may be able to identify it much better. Birds can feel when it goes outside of his track. Birds migrate from far off place to some place. How is it able to know that every year it has to come to exact same place? From New Zealand, how birds can come to southern India? It is flying, kilometers with no electromagnetic, no GPS. So it's able to land it because there is an electromagnetic field, an energy which drives it through a specific path. That means there is like a road, a rail network, a connection network around the earth, which is also like a fishnet which is covering earth with a very specific lines.
So that means the earth also has an aura, right?
Earth has an aura, and it has like a drainage pipe we have. The topography of earth has got a water flowing mechanism. It cannot flow everywhere. It has got rivers where it has to flow. It has got mountains. It has got ups and downs. Similarly, that electromagnetic energy also has got a different terrain, sort of a structure in which some places it makes like a valley. So that means there are drainage pipes around the earth with an electromagnetic drainage pipe. Bad energy flows there. There are huge good energies flowing in some places. And some animals are able to identify this flow. Therefore, it passes through. It's like it is not at all using its energy to fly. Otherwise, it is difficult to mention that some birds can fly this many kilometers without food. There is no resting place in between also. It must be just flowing with a river of energy. So I was curious to know what is this. And there are a lot of people who did such experiments. And there were, I also mentioned in that book, few names.
Yeah.
Right?
I've gone through that book, not in full, but...
So I started looking at different reference papers, reference journals. There were such energy flows in the space around the earth, which are called grids.
Okay. Energy grids.
Energy grids. It is, you can find out that using these roads. There are a lot of people who did experiments in such cases. There were great doctors. A German doctor was there whose name also I mentioned, I remember, in the book.
So that person was also in the group that...
No. I was reading and identifying, learning this parallel. That course was only a preliminary thing where you can measure. This can be used for identifying oil underground, water underground, electromagnetic energy, electricity spreads when you have got a transformer. Nearby the transformer, generally there will be a bad energy. So if you have a transformer very close to your house in the bedroom, probably you will get disease.
So why does this transformer has...
Because definitely there is a transfer of energy, a shift of energy. 100% sure there can be a loss of energy. The loss of energy is what we call it as energy transfer when it is good for us. Probably it is a waste that gets added to the energy flow. Otherwise, where is energy which is to be flown in the grid? The drainage pipe which I called it around the earth. The grid which I called it around the earth. Only when there is an energy which is fallen, which is wasted, can be considered as an energy flow, right? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You should tell now. How do I know?
No, sir, I've just come now.
Yeah.
I do had some Wi-Fi problem.
So what happens is, when there is a energy flow has to happen, there has to be something which is contributed by nature only. It doesn't come from outside. There is a basic physics principle: in a transfer of energy, there will be a loss of energy. A mechanical energy is formed from the electrical energy for the fan to rotate. Whole energy will not be transferred into mechanical energy.
Okay.
It depends on the efficiency of the fan. Suppose fan is very efficient, total energy will be used by the engine.
Okay.
But even when it
Otherwise,
there is some
dissipation happens.
loss of energy. Where is it going? It is falling under your head when you are sleeping under the fan. You understood? When you are heating, the stove will give you some heat to the vessel which you kept on top. But there are a lot of heat which is dissipated out, right? It's also in the environment. What is heat? Heat is also electromagnetic energy. When I am talking, somebody is listening. My receiver is listening. And that what is received in the receiver comes to you for your receiver to hear. But there are a lot of energy which is going around. So my talk itself is a electromagnetic energy.
Right.
See, the world is filled with electromagnetic energy in different form, in light, in heat, in sound. All the electromagnetic energy in terms of X-ray, radio wave, the telephone, waves are there, energy is there. Only my ear is not able to hear it, but I need a different equipment for that to accept and convert it into my audio frequency so that I can listen to that. Light is the sunlight is an electromagnetic energy, right? 0.4 to 0.7, I am able to see it as a light. Sound is also an energy in a different frequency. Radar is a different frequency. X-ray is a different frequency.
Okay.
These are all electromagnetic energy in different level. Some energy we are able to accept. Some energy, the bat is producing an energy, a sound, so that when it hits, it knows, oh, something I am going to hit, so that I should lift it up. And this is my path to travel. It doesn't have eyes to see. It has got a frequency wave which goes, and then the return comes, and then it knows how much distance I have the object, which is giving me the no objection, so that I will have to take a turn. And it flies very fast. This sound is there. We are not able to hear the sound what is produced by that animal, that bird, but it knows how to send that energy, how to reflect it back. These are all used in our modern system like radar, sonar, solar, all that. Underground the earth, where the depth of the sea, we have got a system where the sound is sent there, and then the reflection measured to know how much depth is there underwater. There are so many mechanisms which are we learn from the animals and then take it for our scientific method. When somebody doesn't...
In ultrasound scans also, I think something
same. Yeah. That is also sound only. The ultrasound we don't hear. That's why it is called ultrasound. Okay. So imaging systems are there, where I can take a picture of you and then find out the temperature of your body. That is how temperature. Now you are seeing that meter which is only taking. Actually, that is recording your temperature. I can either take it as a meter reading and then put it. I can take the whole body and make a picture of your temperature. every point by point. I have seen those pictures. So it is not my temperature picture alone. If there is an energy around me, that picture also can be taken. And that photography is called Kirlian photography. So I started learning one by one, started migrating in this field of great electromagnetic energy. Luckily, my PhD happens to be in radiation. I understand electromagnetic energy. I can explain like this to you because I felt it, I used it, scientifically I learned it, I know practically where is it available. So my curiosity started going, does all these plants have got such an electromagnetic energy aura like what we have?
Yeah.
Every living being should have some frequency. There are a lot of experiments done by biologists talking to leaves, talking to plants. Why Tulsi can grow in some place?
Jagadish Chandra Bose.
There are, yeah, and even our Madaji of Pondicherry Ashram, Aurobindo. Aurobindo's Madaji was very close to plants.
Yeah, you told me.
Flower therapy.
You told me once.
Flower therapy. She knows which flower is acceptable to which person. The frequency level of a person is attached to this flower. That's a great science. Like music therapy, flower therapy. This frequency of music is acceptable to me. This raga is acceptable to me. And similarly, this color is acceptable to me. This color is also electromagnetic energy. Vibgyor, different colors, different frequencies. So somebody likes this color because their frequency matches with that.
Yeah, they find a match with the color. Yeah.
So if my frequency matches with Asha's frequency, I like you. That's why people love each other. People don't like each other for no reasons. You understood? But then there is an influence. If I am sitting beside somebody, my frequency can be changed along with their frequencies, and that matching will happen. And there is some global frequency which can be merged with a local frequency. Like you have seen a big wave comes, another wave will join with that and make a bigger wave. And that is called the resonance. But sometime what will happen? One wave will go and another wave will hit it, and then conflict will happen. So both wave will lose its energy. That is what happens when people are not in frequency. I will also lose my energy. You will also lose my energy. You lose your temper. I lose my temper. We don't go. Otherwise, two frequencies can make high frequencies also. See, what physics can be explained in psychology. Physics can be explained in life science. Physics can be seen in life. So I can sit beside a tree and then keep talking to the tree, telling that I am with you, don't worry. That's why I said, no, I have got a plant in which Tulsi have got this much. People don't even believe unless you see that. I myself could not, but I experimented. I did biology.
Talk to that plant?
Talk to the plant. Every day I spend the time. I want to see you big. You know, and it has grown 8 feet. I never seen I don't think anybody would have seen a Tulsi. And every visitor who visits that office used to come to see my Tulsi in my office. As soon as I vacated my office was, the Tulsi was not removed because it has got entangled inside the window. I had not a 6 feet, 8 feet window. From lower bottom, it's like a French window. And on the top we have got a ventilator. So 6 feet plus 2 feet, 8 feet. It has given a beautiful decoration tree there. I don't call it as a plant, it is like a tree. Every day I used to spend a lot of time. Because I can see peacock. I was staying in Mayur Vihar. Mayur Vihar itself is because there are a lot of peacocks. So my office visitors are less. I am free. I enjoyed staying there, look around through the window. So naturally I am staying very close to only one plant, nothing else. One Tulsi in one pot. It has grown. How it has grown? Because I give energy, I take energy. I give energy to the plant. I also take energy from the plant. That's where I transformed that energy learning, going back to Why tulsi was used for puja? Why hibiscus plant was used for puja? When I put a lot of flowers onto the granite bimba, definitely in a sanctum sanctorum which is closed and lot of chanting along with a lot of milk, lot of ghee, lot of light, and a huge number of flowers decorated to put them together with chanting. What is happening? Lot of electromagnetic energy. It's like a pressurized electromagnetic energy. That's why when we open the door, people look at it. So it's like a flow of energy in front of the temple. So good energy can be created like this. Bad energy can be. Our Agama Shastra says that when people come and tell their complaint in the temple, the pujari is throwing that bad energy. Agamartandu devana, gamanartandu rakshasa. Bad energy should go out. Agamartandu devana, good energy should come. Gamanartandu rakshasam. Oh, bad energy, you go. Where does it go? So there is a drainage pipe created along with the Mastu Shastram, Agama Shastram of temple is called Agama Shastram. So through that it goes out. Where has to go? It has to go into the near Kavu, where we had a traditional place where forest was maintained. So these are all great science which understood by our traditional. That's how I started moving from science. Probably this 2L road took me from a 2-day workshop to a different area of research, which was my lifetime learning.
Your magnum opus work.
I was actually like a part behind this. And then I read somewhere in Kyoto University, people did research on bad energy can cause cancer. Then I was eager to know whether these energy flows in somebody's house, definitely there can be a cancer patient. Why in a house?
So how does it we manage this energy when we build a house?
Yeah, that is where Vastu comes. We know where there is a problem. How do we identify? Traditionally, the buffaloes, cows, sheep, dogs, all of them were allowed to settle. That's how even people moved from one village to another village. They will allow these cattle to settle. Wherever they settle, they found that that's a wonderful place they can sleep there. Because those cattle have got a better way of identifying which place is very good for further settling. Wherever cattle can be settled, probably I can also settle because we have a same frequency. Already somebody identified. Whereas cat is having a different energy from the human energy.
Yeah, definitely.
Therefore, when we see cat, immediately we say, yeah, it's a bad omen. Cat crossing your path, you are scared. See, there are a lot of, we can call it as,
so many myths around.
Yeah, we call it as myth because we have not identified the truth.
Right.
See, that is told by somebody traditionally and it is existing in this world for 10,000 years. There has to be some reason. That was the curiosity which I had. I am not ready to throw out somebody's old traditional saying without disproving it. I don't want to prove it. There are many things which I am not able to prove in my life. But can I understand that? I am not a researcher, I am only a learner. I want to study why people did it. So I started looking at lot of such faith, disbelief, belief, whatever myth you call it, whatever fact which people said, which happened sometime, correct? Yeah, because people crossed it, he met with an accident. There are places in Hyderabad also. I remember going to Uppal, there is a place close to Survey of India. There is a road, there are hundreds of accidents which happens there for no reason. Road is a beautiful straight road, only in that spot people die. No reason. I did this learning probably 2-3 years and found that there are a lot of people dying there. I went to NIN, we had a discussion there. NIN is in that road. There we had some people like one, I think Bhatt was there. He was deputy director there. So we had a lot of discussions. I also made my presentations in some satsang like this on these observations, what I am doing. So I had a group of people. Today I don't have that many groups. Those days I used to wander around. Go and present it in IICT, present this in National Institute of Nutrition, go to geology department and present it. I make a lot of such visits, IICT, Chemical Technology, Central University, many places I went. So some people said, yeah, there is a place like this, let us go and find out. And then what was done was, on that roadside itself, unauthorized, occupied, a temple was constructed.
Okay.
And no
So
accident.
has it been there for a long time, that temple?
Temple started after this, 1990s, 1990, early 2000. Now it's a huge, long temple all along the road, like, and no accidents now. Understood? So there can be some change of energy unless somebody experience, somebody understands, somebody experiments. You cannot say this experiment need not be correct all the time. But over a period of time, when you observe it, yeah, there is something. There can be some reason. See, when there is a temple, your attention will become very low. Automatically, you will slow down your vehicle. There is, it's a beautiful, nice road. So there is few vehicles parked. You may be very careful. All that can happen. So there can be different reasoning. A atheist finds a reason, but a believer finds a different reason. So whatever reasons. What is that life? Life is to make somebody's life little better, happier, little bit more what I can do. Ena kena prakarena yasya kasyabi dehinah sandosham janayat pratna tadaivam Ishwara pujanam. Ishwara puja is what I can do to make somebody happy. Anyway, death is not happy. Either he is an atheist or a believer. Correct. And because I know that energy can change, energy can be there. So Vastu, what people did, they did little bit of a puja room was kept. So that around that, if at all this energy lines passes, you are safeguarded. Otherwise, there is no reason for keeping a puja room in your house. Understood? And if I can understand there is an energy line which is passing. Generally, it is understood 10 feet, sometime 9 feet, 8 feet, you have got an energy line which is passing. What do? I construct a wall in which the energy flow happens through that.
Okay.
And I construct a house in which all the walls, because generally there is a basic principle in electromagnetic energy. If I supply electricity to a plate like this, in this place energy potential will be less. Energy potential always settles in the periphery. That's a basic physics principle. So if I have a house constructed in which you have got lot of walls, if there is a bad energy or good energy, where does it go and settle? It settles in the wall.
Okay, periphery.
So it can be used for good purpose and bad purpose. Depends on what energy settles there. That is why when you go to temple, you touch the door. You cannot touch the wall also, you can touch, and then people do this. Or maybe the chalk out, where the door shutter, once it is open, you touch that ground and then do namaskaram there. Because we believe energy is created. You don't even have to go inside to get the energy. It comes and settles at the granite base which is kept on the door. So you keep your head there, you get energy. Because from higher potential, energy flows to lower potential, whether you require it or not. It's a basic principle. If I do Ashirvada, if you believe that I have got more energy, definitely my energy will flow into you.
Yeah, definitely.
Understood? You are able to accept it, you are able to understand it is your... I got it from my Guru. I felt it. I was drinking like a calf drinking milk from a cow. Because I understand my energy. I know how to absorb it. He knows how to give it.
Yeah.
But same way, there is another saying that in a house you should not sit on the chalk out the door. Either you should come inside or outside and talk. That is because that's a bad energy settled probably there.
Yeah, that's also a boundary.
You understood?
Not
That's also
there
a
or not
boundary.
here.
The temple, it's a good one, but in a house, it can be a bad place, right?
Yeah.
Because you are not doing everyday cleaning,
Mm-hmm.
energy cleaning, I'm saying, okay? Because you are not doing puja there. You understood? So these are all my way of looking at things, experiment, understand. Why are you putting lot of fencing was done traditionally using hibiscus? That is because
Hibiscus
hibiscus
said to
can
have
convert energy from bad to good. How did I experiment that? Under transformer, no tulsi will grow.
Okay.
I planted and found that most of the time it doesn't grow. But then I put lot of hibiscus around and then put a tulsi under the transformer itself.
Okay.
It is
so
growing.
Then
It grows.
Okay.
So that means you can convert energy based on using some methodology. And traditionally people knew this. That is why they would have, otherwise they would have put a different plant. No, why only hibiscus? And hibiscus is considered as very common for Devi, Ganesha, all the Vigna. Wherever you want energy, wherever you want to get rid of Vigna. That's why Ganesha and Devi. But Krishna doesn't recur because he is not a person who deals with energies and Vigna. Action only, right? So for each one of them, there is a specification of which flower is to be used for what puja on which day and all that.
And even for Shiva also you don't use hibiscus, right?
Generally no.
Generally no.
Tulsi, because he is already a husband of a person who takes care of his energy conversions and all that. Shiva Shakti Ayukto Yadi Bhavati Shakta Pravadam. For Shiva, Shakti is there who gives the energy. So why he need conversion and all that? And he himself is like a transformer, like a nuclear power, right? So there is no question of bad energy there. The energy conservation is done in a very specific shape which cannot be lost once it is preserved and conserved.
As Devi is taking the negative energy in order to neutralize herself, she is taking that hibiscus.
Yeah. But so there are different things which we understand from our mythology, belief system, puja system, which I started experimenting or probably understanding. I cannot say experiment. No, I can understand that using
all
this.
The experiments cannot be true.
Yeah. So what I do is I keep understanding the pattern. I used to go to cancer patients' houses. Hyderabad and all, you have got rich houses. You can't even imagine my experience of going to richest man's house where you have got 23 bedrooms.
Oh my God.
Mother, 3 brothers, their children, all that together will be 23. Now huge. And big food industry, business people, their houses. And one of the person who is a friend of mine who takes me there and then say that yeah, we can go and see all the places, but before that see my mother first. And he doesn't know whether his mother is inside house or not, because there are 18 vehicles. Which vehicle mother has taken to go to temple, they may not know. So he will telephone to his manager in the kitchen from his bedroom, his office room, his hall, because there is an internal telephone connection with all this. Can you imagine? You wanted to know whether a father is there or not by telephoning and asking the manager?
No, I can't imagine.
See, it happens in palaces or maybe in president's house, right?
Yeah. Maybe in millionaires' house.
Yeah. That is my experience in life. So I had a time when millionaires, richest of the richest, will come to me to see the problems of their life, their diseases, and they do pada seva to me, they do puja to me.
Okay, sir, one question. As these people come to you with, they would be having really, they would be having so much of worries with them, right? So that's also negative energy, right?
That is what I'm saying. See, then what I do is, okay, I had such experiences going and seeing. I'll tell, they are calling because there are some problems, somebody is sick. So I'll tell, don't tell me where, in which bedroom They know that. They tell that, this person, one of my brother has got a cancer, or maybe one of my cousin has got a cancer, or my mother's
Okay.
brother has got a cancer. Then I'll tell, don't tell me. I will tell in which bedroom they are sleeping. So I go around all the bedrooms and then identify which bedroom. I don't require this rod after some time.
In the book it's
I
read that.
keep walking around and then tell, yeah, this is the bedroom. This is the bed in which he sleeps. You understood?
Sir, so what guided you then was that the intuition or?
Yeah, that is where I'm saying how the birds are identifying this energy line, because its feathers has got an ability to
identify
that, and if it is going out of that, it will start feeling it's like a vehicle which is going uncomfortable. It will come back to the comfort level. Similarly, I used to go around and put my hands like this and then say, I can see the aura of a person by going and then touching the aura. I will touch the aura.
You still I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's possible. It's because it has become like I am seeing you like that. I can see the aura of people now. Because once you get it, you don't lose it. Whether I do it or not.
Because I was curious because you are not practicing that.
See, I don't have to do it. Once you do cycling, where do you want to do it? See, that's why when Asha asked me, I said I am ready, because most of these are not. I am not recorded. I am not documented. I am not discussed in my life.
Okay.
You understood?
Yeah, I understand.
I'll tell you, there are people used to come to my house and, sir, I wanted to see you in the morning, 4 o'clock, let me come. And at 4 o'clock I am sleeping. And sir, I have a big problem. What is your problem? See, earlier when I used to walk on the road, people used to say namaskaram to me. Now they are not telling. A rich man's problem is, a politician's problem is entirely different, right? So I used to have political people, I used to have a lot of rich people, business people there. I would have got money like anything those days. I was doing it as a free service because my interest is academic interest. I wanted to learn. I am a learner. Each of these experimentation is a learning for me. I am sure today I start doing, I can make money like anything. I remember I went to Oman and I gave a talk. Oman's 2/3 of Oman is owned by Kimji. One Indian who left India and then Gujarat and settled there long back, and he became advisor to Dharmse. He was advisor to the king of those days, Pankaj Kimji. Imagine somebody is giving you a visiting card and the card itself is silver.
I cannot imagine that.
Okay, such people I met. Their visiting card itself is silver, yeah. I can sell it and make money today. I still store it as a memento, right? So I went to Kimji. Kimji came and attended my class, and after the class he came, and it's a great event. Like a president is coming and attending your class was like that was, and the temple itself is Kimji's temple. People don't even know which is. It's like a Birla temple, right? People don't know what is the deity there. They know it is only Birla who constructed. Similarly, it is called Kimji's temple, where Kimji's Hindu temple, because they don't keep board there. That is banned. Military, in the Muslim country, they cannot put the board for the temple.
Yeah, board.
But they allow. And Kimji was very powerful. Therefore, Kimji constructed. And he was a great Hindu believer. And after my lecture, he came and then did namaskaram to me and said, tomorrow breakfast is in your house. So invited for immediately many people who knows me, who are my people who took me to Muscat, was asking, what did he say? Because that word from him itself was a great thing, no?
Yeah, probably.
They don't even talk to people.
Many others.
Yeah, they don't even talk to people, no. So immediately I said, tomorrow breakfast is in his house. You know how many people were asking recommendation? Let me also take you, let me also come with you. Because going and seeing his house is like seeing a palace.
Okay.
Nobody can enter inside his house just like that. Even those days, I don't know now. Those days when Navy has got an exercise with musket.
Hmm.
Indian Navy chief goes there, president goes there, they go to Kimji's house. Got it? Because he is like, those kings and all will not involve with somebody. They have got a PRO who will involve with other country. So India, Kimji is the person. Anything which you want from Muscat king, you have to go to Kimji only, not the king. That powerful he was. So I went to him. We had breakfast. So immediately he asked me, what breakfast you will have? See, after reaching the house, if you ask what breakfast you will have, we are almost at the time of breakfast. So I said, I don't mind anything. No, because yesterday I forgot to ask you what breakfast you will have. We kept idli, puttu, dosha, uttapam. Anything which you get in a hotel was made there.
Okay.
That means he has got cook for all the different countries. 17 different cooks for different countries. It's like a big hotel. These are all great experience. I don't think even President of India will have that luxury.
Definitely.
Understood? So I went there. He was showing his son's pictures. This is my eldest, this is my next son.
Okay.
And the photos were kept there. Then I told, this son has got a problem.
Oh my God.
See, imagine when you are showing somebody's picture, he says that this son has got a problem, not the other three.
To a father.
Yeah, father. And that too like a kingly person. See, I explained his status to tell you what courage I should have to speak to such a person.
Yeah, I was mentioning the same thing.
So the mother was also there. His mother, that means his wife, Kimji's wife was there. Kimji's wife also attended my previous day class. Then Kimji was upset.
Okay.
Who told you that my son has problem? Because it's like a king's son or daughter has a problem cannot be publicly known to anyone. So I had few friends who took me there. He said, all of you get out. He took me to a room. We went underground to that, traveled a corridor, reached some other house.
Oh my God. Okay.
And that is where the son was hidden.
What? Hidden?
Because he had a lot of problems.
That means he was not
disclosed or sent out.
Not shown sunlight.
No. He has a different palace, but that house is like a bigger palace.
Anyways, he was not with his own family members.
He is with his family member, but he is not publicly shown, and reaching him was not. I could have gone, or he could have taken me out with a car and then took it to the other house, right? But we traveled through underground. So he understood. He was still curious. How did I know this person has a problem? Don't ask me now also. I don't know how did I.
Yeah, I know that.
I don't know. That's like a click. So because you asked me intuition, I answered like this, a story. You understood?
Yeah, understood.
I remember meeting.
Okay, so then what did he do? How did he?
Yeah, see, I am not someone who can solve problems. Maybe we know that there are problems, but we had long dialogue. What can be done? What could be? He did not tell me the real problem, but there are some problems. There is one Srikanth in Kanyangad. Kanyangad, there is an Anandashram.
I remember that photo. Mugambika Devi's photo, right?
Mugambika Devi's photo, which I picked up from the pocket. Where Srikanth was searching for a photo, and that priest who was sitting in front of him had this picture in a wallet inside, which he himself would have forgotten, because we keep something, we don't even look at it every now and then, right? He himself has forgotten. I said, what Srikanth is searching is in his pocket, take it out.
Okay.
That is where Srikanth and all has become very close to me. Understood. He became very close to me after that. There are so many such instances where probably,
Hmm.
we
You're actually narrating only few.
yeah, I'll tell you how did I got connected to this. There was some Asianet interview or something which was seen by somebody called Babita, who was a Kannur person who was in Muscat. She used to call me from there once in a while to speak to me, and she used to be curious about knowing this energy and all that. Like now Asha is doing those days, maybe 2002 2003 and those times and all that, she used to telephone to me 1990s, late 1990s and all. She happens to be working in Muscat Pharmacy. Muscat Pharmacy's owner's daughter happens to be a person who is interested in energy, and therefore she wanted actually to meet me. Can you imagine? And he happens to be, Dharmse happens to be the person. See, when king will tell, how do king will select the best car available in the world? He may not know. He may not even know. He may not even know. He may not even know. He has got a lot of people working under that. And such person, when they put a proposal, it doesn't go to king. It will go to the chief accountant of king. And Dharmse was the chief accountant. And his daughter was this girl who wanted to meet me. Not a girl. She owns a lot of, this Muscat Pharmacy itself was hers actually. Very rich lady. So we had, she wanted me to have, my first lecture in Muscat was in Muscat Pharmacy on energy.
Okay.
And those days there is no internet, so I don't know who is what, who is there and all that, right? And not Babita, not that rich lady called me. Actually, the invitation came through some other Indian who was celebrating Mada Amritanandamayi's birthday in Muscat. And I was called as a guest there. But on the direction of this lady with knowledge from Babita. But lecture was arranged in Muscat Pharmacy because this man was also working in that same. He is no more. He died with brain tumor and all that. He was in Amritanandamayi hospital, and then I remember those friends whom I know, right? I went and met him just before few days of death in Cochin also those days. But then the lecture was arranged without any of the story. Either this man knows that his boss, the owner, knows me personally and all that. He doesn't know that I am speaking to Babita, who is also in that company. I also don't know where Babita is working. Because she used to ask on energy, I used to answer on energy. That's it. And that it has no connection with this invitation, I thought. But then I told this man, I know one friend, Babita is there, and this is her telephone number. But I didn't even get a call or telephone number. No, those days it was like a luxury, getting a telephone and all that.
Yeah,
No.
mobile phone was
Luxury. So, but then, okay, I landed only. Maybe after 1 or 2 days I will get it, or she may come and meet me, right? But soon after lecture, I told these two people knows me, they come. And there were this Babita and the rich lady.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'll tell you, in Dubai, there was one Narayanata. There were 17 days, or 8 days or 15 days.
This one I cannot even, I cannot digest.
There are many. I'll tell you, you won't digest.
Digest in the sense, digest the.
I remember from there I went to Dubai for series of lectures arranged in different schools, different colleges, different places, different companies, different satsangs, different evening program. Starts early morning in the yoga class, then go to schools, maybe cover 3 schools, and then evening I go to some party program in which I will speak to some satsang. Morning 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock every day. So how did somebody take me around for these lectures? See, somebody has to take around, that means he has to take leave, right? It is not, Gulf is not like India. I cannot take 4 days leave for, my guest came from Kerala, so I want to take him around for lectures. You cannot have that. Right? And that too, they are working, I don't know. People have to see those places like refineries and all. If one person has got a job, he has to be full time looking into that. He cannot even attend a telephone because the crude comes. He has to put chemistry there. He has to measure and see, and that measurement has to be exact to add chemistry. If you add something different, the whole
that needs that much precision.
Precision. So once you are there, you cannot attend anything. And you have to take leave, you must have an advance notice. Otherwise, they have to find out somebody else who can be placed in that post, right? We don't have this luxury of government appointment like thing. You have to be very planned. So I was there, and that day night they gave a schedule. First day, so and so person will take me around. He will come and then pick me up at 4:30 morning, and then he will take me to so and so place. The lecture will be for 20 minutes. Question answer will be for 10 minutes. From there, 8:32 we will leave this car and go to and reach this place at 9:47. 9:50 after meeting the principal, we will go to hall. Like like a schedule will be like minutes. It's all
flying actually.
It's like something great experience for me. So this was given to me. I just had a look at it. Who comes, how does it matter? I will be ready, and then somebody else will tell. I like a tool only. They will put me there. I have to speak.
Somebody will take me.
What topic they will tell me? This is the topic. I will speak. That's how I used to do. See, no preparation, nothing. I started in 2002. I am talking to you after 20 years of my life like this. Then one person like Narayanatan, one person who is from Kannur, who was exactly resembling my eldest brother, Veliyatan in P.T. Karnagaran Nambiyar. You know my Naduvil, there is my eldest half brother who has got a gun in his house and all that, right? He used to come with a banana for supplying and during the camp and all that. He was exactly looking like him. So Narayanatan. So I looked at Narayanatan and said, see, tomorrow Narayanatan should come and pick me up, I said. See, they made a schedule, decided who will pick me up and all that. But I am putting my requirement to an unknown person where Narayanatan also doesn't know that who is this buffalo, who is coming there and asking tomorrow you will come and pick me up. Immediately Narayanatan said, yeah, I was wishing that first day is mine. Okay?
Sure.
And that Narayanatan did not leave me. Every day he was taking me throughout Dubai. Because his intention was so much intense, which I could read from his face. After half an hour.
So sincere, right?
So sincere. And after that, I remember he has got 2 daughters. So he was telling, my elder daughter is very happy. But younger daughter, I said, don't tell me, Narayanata, your problems I know. I will tell you what happened to your younger daughter, what happened to your elder daughter. I told all the problems to you. What they are undergoing, what problems they have. So after coming back, most of them were what I said was perfectly alright. That's why he did not leave me.
Yeah,
right.
I understand.
Narayanatan came to Naduvil. He was like a simple person, but he was not that simple all the way. He was one of the richest men whom I have seen. But he was like my eldest brother. He would have done anything to me. I remember once he told me, from Hyderabad I had to fly to Cochin for a very specific purpose, to meet one family, one person who had a big problem. He was in a big problem. So immediately he said, I am sending you flight ticket. Those days flight ticket itself was 47,000 or something.
Yeah, humongous amount.
You don't even have a direct flight. We have to fly to Chennai. So I flown for him. For identifying somebody's problem and treating him.
Okay.
So that's a confidence which people get. How did I get that frequency? That's where that is a great frequency which we understand. Yeah, this man is something where we can rely on, something where we can know. He wants me. That feeling will come. not using all that, because of many
So
reasons.
in my case also, I do have a personal experience with you, which I don't want to share in this time. But what you what you told me, what you asked me was completely correct. But I didn't reply anything, uh, anything saying that true to you. What you told me at that point of time was true.
That's what I'm saying. Some people will agree, some people don't agree. Some people may hate
No,
me.
it was not about agreeing or disagreeing, but
Yeah.
I was wondering
How I know.
how this man knows that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is I'll tell you, Trishur and all I remember. I had November 1st. I remember those days because November 1st Kerala Dinam. First time academic staff college class was taken out of the university to another campus. Otherwise, it has to happen in the college campus only. But we have another center in Thrissur where economics department was happening. So one of the course when it came, I said we will have it in Thrissur campus. That means the whole people who are paying money, TADA, that people have to move there. See, it's like office itself is shifting. Assume that Chief Minister decides tomorrow I will work from Calicut. You know what has to shift, right? So I'm saying even a director academic staff college has to shift from that place for one course program. That's 21 days. So my office was shifted to Thrissur. That's because I thought, most of the participants are from Thrissur for that very specific course. Why should I pull all of them to disturb their family, disturb their life? They will also love it and let me also enjoy Thrissur campus. Because I can travel from Iringalakuda to Thrissur every day. So I remember November 1st I inaugurated. So the inauguration was a very big program. We had nearly 200 people. Not even the participants, outsiders, because Malayala Dinam, no. Kerala Day was also celebrated. It's like a university program, mini university program in the campus. So we had many people sitting. So that day evening I got a call from somebody. So immediately I said, you are the person who was sitting on the 6th bench, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4th place.
Yeah, you told us before.
These were the color of the dress we wore. You understood? Because when we know one audience, we know, oh, this person wants to speak to me.
But then also you never know who is going to call you, right?
No, need not be. See, that was a guess, but I know among this person is very eager to talk to me. So definitely who calls will be that person, right? There can be somebody else also which I am not noticed. But that was a wild guess, it happened. Correct. But how do I remember that person? That it's not because of they were very different from the other group, no. It's not that she was a lady who was so beautiful, you will, no, nothing like that. It's very common. What I'm saying is it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
It happens, not every time, it happens sometimes. Maybe when you are not too much disturbed, when you know that frequency is something which we can get as a spark sometime, which clicks sometime, which comes to you sometime. I don't know, I told most of the people also, my father's death itself was my own dream. I had a dream that my father left, and that has resulted in father's death. Otherwise, he would not have come back and he would not have traveled on that day. Maybe. These are all some coincidences, but it happens. So there is an energy which people can understand. Not your frequency is always open to that. You are not tuned to that. But if I don't know whether by practice you can do it, I don't know that. That is what in the seedlings also, the last chapter, I don't know whether that part was there. Clarions.
No, that is not there.
That clarions and all, when I started writing, I myself was thinking, is there something like this? With all the doubts I wrote. I was traveling in the train while writing the last chapter. Earlier it was not.
You have had a different version of that, right?
Yeah, I had. It was not 1, 2, 3, 4. The number itself was 13. I was contradicting, thinking, does it work? Is it there? These are all my experience which I wanted to put like a theoretical aspect there. But from all this experience which I spoke is what I wrote. But that may not reflect in case by case, but the science behind it, the thoughts behind it, generalized view is what I have recorded there.
Okay.
So when I reached Thrissur, got down from Thrissur to Iringalakuda, my practice was I get down at Cherpu, go to my Guru. My family will continue to Iringalakuda. Probably I will have my lunch there. My Guru used to serve me, he used to enjoy. Immediately he asked me, so you think you have clairvoyance? See, that's the last chapter which I am writing. Exactly he came to my last chapter, right? So how he knows that what I am thinking, what I am writing? What is that I am thinking, what is that I am writing? How could you get it?
I am short of words actually.
These are all something which probably is a big gift which he has given me. That is what he has given me in my life. I still remember. That's the only thing which I got in my life. He loved me so much. I couldn't return back. Probably I have got students also, few of them love me so much, I could not give back. Because everyone has got their own, he took me around at different places.
Their own?
He has got a program in some place, he will take me there. It is his own place. I have nothing to do there actually. Imagine I go to a Murajapam where only cross belt people can sit where I don't have a cross belt. He said, don't worry, come, I am there with you. You are my son, that's it. See, you should have a lot of guts to say that somebody is my son, right? So I had such great blessings where I could go to different places, reach at different places. Maybe some of these roaming around, going to different places, measuring energy, giving lectures in some small temple. See, Kannur and all, when I give temple, Kannur temple itself is on the roadside, directly opposite to the railway station. The temple itself is like a small hut. Beside that, there is it's only 4 feet or 5 feet wider, the hall in which...
Smallest in dimension.
Yeah, they call it as hall, but it is not a hall at all. It's like a small shed. It's probably my Nanam house, the bathroom size is what the understood. But it has a tradition of great people coming there and speaking. Yeshudas also gave a music there. But then concert there, then what happens is the whole public will be standing on the road. I was called there for lectures. I went there and given. Sometimes I used to feel, what is this scientist in space department is doing? Who is in cabinet secretary, deputy director coming and sitting there and doing this?
Oh, okay, sir.
See,